guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast. It is getting hot in Dubai, make no mistake. We spoke about the solution to fix traffic. The RTA wants you to give your opinion on remote working and 4-day weeks, guys. Get that survey done. We also spoke about Eid al-Adha and where are all the millionaires?
And so you would not want to miss this show, so don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai Show podcast wherever you get your podcast from. And as always, don't forget to enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Show. We're sitting down with the masterminds behind Specter, Blackout, director Jennifer Fatima and screenwriter Afra Farhana. And of course, we are going to have a look inside the creation of the thrilling series. So we are as well getting ready for the insightful conversation about the creative process and the secrets behind the series. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. So first of all, of course, we have a lot of questions. We know that the series is on Z5, which is very exciting with a very high ratings, as we've mentioned. So I would like to first of all ask, what is the premise and genre of the series?
I think I'll put the
So basically, Specter Blackout is an escape room psychological horror. It firstly comes across as a paranormal thriller, but actually it's a psychological thriller and mystery. So the premise is basically you have these 5-6 people who have their own respective issues in their life, and they're coming into this casting call in hopes of a paid casting call which basically rewards them with heaps of money, so a really big amount, which could actually help them because they're all having their own respective issues. One is a struggling actress, one person is a struggling businessman, and then you have these mysterious people along with them who we don't know why they're here. So that is basically the premise, and once they get inside the escape room, that's when, you know, things, reality and illusions start to converge. So that is basically what the story is about.
It's a very exciting story, I must say. So would you say, were there any unexpected plot twists or character developments that had occurred, of course?
Yes, as you know, I mean, everything has their risks and difficulties. So yes, we did have a little bit of we introduced more characters inside, and as well as we had to take out few scenes which were not suiting the series. So yes, we did have to take into consideration all these things. Yeah, we did have it.
Can you mention a few?
Okay, so that's like a secret which I'm going to mention the whole world. Okay, so basically I didn't like one of the scene which was there. So the setup was not so great and the puzzles were not convincing for me. So that's how we said, okay, let's change this puzzle into a different zone. So that's where, there's a scene which has a dining table area and everything. And I think that was the best scene which came out, right? That's right, yeah. So that's one of that one, yeah.
That's very cool. So what do you think distinguishes Blackout from other thrillers in the genre?
So Blackout, there has been a lot of escape room movies, okay? So first the people should understand a movie is different from a series, So what we did was an OTT series for an OTT platform. So movies end there, but series keep on continuing from season 1, season 2, season 3, so that's how it goes. So we are different. This is one point how you see it. And the next point how you see it is it's an escape room where I think no one in the world has done it, and I think we are the first people to come out of it. Like, so as people have done a lot of thriller movies, but an escape room with puzzles, with a casting inside, plus we made the actors act on the spot on that day. They didn't know the puzzles, what they're going to face. So we wanted to give them, the instant, acting. So that's completely different. I think a lot of people, they keep practicing. As I told you, we do have a training, we learn, but when we go to an exam, the questions are different. So you need to be completely, open to all, questions so that you are able to answer it,
I mean, I must imagine, the reaction of the actors regarding that. For sure, it must be horrifying. Yeah, for sure. So, was there any specific props or elements from the set that you found to be significant or symbolic?
Yes. So basically, when we were writing and conceptualizing Specter Blackout, there's a lot of props and small details which we hid on the set and which are right in front of people's faces. There's one particular prop, which is the tarot card, which we only see once in the series, which is in the first episode. And that is basically linked to the season 2, which we can't obviously say anything about right now. But it symbolizes fate and what's coming for these people. So when they come in for this casting audition, the tarot card also plays a role because the casting agency that they're coming into is called tarot casting as well. So it's all these small details which hide small clues, and not all of it makes sense now, but once people probably binge watch from season 1 to season 2, everything will start connecting the same way puzzles in an escape room start to connect. Yeah.
It's actually amazing because, we do often see in series and movies that towards the end we go like, oh, so they actually foreshadowed this at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you guys, so you are relating. So there are a lot of foreshadowing that I think maybe a lot of whoever is watching the series should maybe keep an eye out
Absolutely,
for.
that's what the whole series is about, because each and every detail is very important in the series. It's not something where, okay, there's a scene coming, so I'll go to the washroom, or I'm going to get my popcorns and everything. No, every word has a meaning to it. So if you miss it out, then it's not the director's problem, it's the viewer's problem. They need to watch it carefully, because everything is very, very important in the series.
Oh, I can actually imagine. So, all right, well, I want to ask you, do you believe in supernatural powers?
I do believe in supernatural powers because there are a lot of things, of course, there are a lot of things we do see and we think that it's not that, but there is, but if you go into very much detail, I'll have to take up at least 1 hour of your time, which you don't have it. So it's, I do believe in it.
Do you?
Yes, I do, for very similar reasons. And there are certain occurrences in our respective lives that aren't attributed to something which makes sense. So it's these things which also contribute to the supernatural, believing in it. But at the same time, like I said, Specter is something that only seems like a supernatural paranormal thriller from the outside. But once we dig deeper, it's something which everyone can resonate with in their respective lives.
Actually, Specter Blackout for you right now for season 1 is just gonna feel like an escape room. But to be very honest, it's very connected to an awareness story, which everyone, even you have that, but that doesn't. It's like a form of a cancer. Everybody has cancer cells, but when it starts spreading or when it starts mutating, that's when a person says he has cancer. So this is kind of a mental illness, could be, okay, and related to a supernatural power because of that mental illness. If you know that people who are challenged, they have an extra power than a normal person. Have you noticed that? It's always there. They have an extra natural power more than a normal person. So where do we come from? We do speak to the psychiatrist, we do speak to the doctors. So it's a long process to understand the whole situation, because we just have to give the facts and we have to keep the story right. Yeah.
Agreed, honestly. As well, as a viewer, we watch the movie or the series, and we criticize often, and we do not really think, the hard work that is put behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, as a director, what do you think is the hardest scene? What's the hardest scene to film?
See, the whole series, from I think in season 1. The episode 2 and episode 3 were very hard for us because When you go to a daylight, you don't need, an ample light because we already have that. But we shot in an escape room where there was no light. The Blackout itself, which is an escape room, doesn't have that much of light. So the light is what we really had to play on. And I think my team did a tremendous job, because even in the dark, if you can see something happening, then you really got it. Because most of the series, when we had a launch, most of them said that the series was so nicely done, especially in the dark, because most of the movies, you can't really see what's happening. But in this, we could see, we could connect to the puzzle, we could see what's happening. They were like, when you have a horror, it's a blue light. When you have a little bit of, a little bit of emotion, there was a red, blue, everything mixing up. So which people don't understand? Most of them, they just sit in the sofa. Everybody likes to criticize because that's all they can do. But we are ready to accept the criticism, because that will make us, to work better. And we are happy that because they're watching us and they're criticizing, that means they like us. So in any way, it is a win-win situation for us.
Right. I mean, yeah, for sure. I saw the trailer and I'm like, the lights and everything is just like beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not something that a lot of people can do, because specifically with, I would say, horror movies.
Yeah, the most important is in this, the lights all belongs to our production, because there was no lights there, and it's all introduced by. For those people who don't know, she's my daughter, Afra. Yeah, so she is my daughter. So she also had to play a lot of things with the lights and everything. It was great. And there were certain situations where the light was falling in the camera. That was a little bit irritating, because when the scene was good, the lights were like too harsh.
The main issue in these kind of escape rooms is that, the whole tone in there is completely moody for the players, whoever plays inside, because, they don't want them to see much. It's harder to crack the clues and everything. But when you're filming something, it's better to always have more light, because even if you want to reduce it later on, you can do that in post-production. But if you have less light and you take that to post-production, you cannot enhance that.
Right.
It's going to lead to grain, or footage is not going to come out well. So the challenge here was having really big rooms, and basically making sure that the light was balanced throughout, because we don't want frames, looking different. It distracts the viewers. It doesn't look good. So that was the main thing. But we had a good team. Our lighting assistants were always there to, make sure that they were not in the frame and make sure the light was hitting right. That was really good. The
most challenging more was the lights, like even right now in the studio, there's so much of lights and we feel hot. Yeah. But at least we have the AC running. There, we can't have the aircon running, and the room was not so big. Remember? It was not so big. And what happens is the AC is off, the lights are hitting you. My actors did have a lot of issue, like little breathing issues and everything, because it's so, it's so tight. So yeah, these were the challenges which I think we had to face on, where it's done in a dark and in a closed place. But when the movies are done outside, it's more easier, So that's more easier. Only thing is we need to, settle down with the sunlight if it has to come, the reflectors and everything. Yeah. So yeah.
It's exciting. So one last question, if you can tease any suspenseful moments that viewers can expect from the series.
From the first season one, yes, the last scene is a suspense, but they don't know who it is going to be. So which means that the end of episode 3 in season 1 is going to be the start of the story of season 1. I hope you got what I said.
Basically, through episode 1 and 2, it goes one direction, and then episode 3 makes it go a whole 360. So one thing that I noticed when we had first premiered it to some VIPs privately was that no one was expecting the twist which was coming in, episode 3. So there was a lot of surprise and astonishment. So I think that is what people should look out for.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This brings us to the end of our interview, and thank you to everyone who is watching us. Of course, thank you to everyone who was watching us. We had a great sit down with the director and the scriptwriter of the Specter Blackout. So don't forget to watch it. Do you have to say anything to your...
Yes, so guys, don't forget to watch. Which camera is it gonna be? This one. Okay, all right. So guys, don't forget to watch Specter Blackout, which is on Z5 Middle East. And we are working on season 2, which is going to be out next year. And we are going to have more actors coming from Bollywood. And one, I think, which is confirmed is Rahul Dev. So that's really nice. So guys, keep watching and stay tuned.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Afra. And thank you to everyone who was watching us. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.